My name is Scott Brown. I'm the Assistant Band Director at Dickerson Middle School in Marietta, Georgia. My quick tip is on the stages of learning music. The first stage my students go through is just looking at the music, trying to identify what the notes and rhythms are telling you to do, and making sure you can play the correct pitches, correct rhythms, correct dynamics, things like that. And the second step that I try to take them through is where they're referring to the notes and rhythms, but they don't necessarily need them, using them more as a reference. Third stage that I hope they progress to is the point where they're visualizing the notes and rhythms in their head more than looking at the paper, and that way they can focus more on the conductor and the things going on around them. The final stage to me is the most important one, and that's when they're actually singing the music, and they're not thinking about a visual concept, but they've switched to the other side of their brain and they're thinking of an artistic concept. I equate it to when you're reading a book. I always ask the kids if they've ever been reading a book and gotten a couple pages in and realized they weren't paying attention. To me, that's kind of the same thing as when they're reading music, realize they weren't paying attention to what they were playing. And then I asked them if they've ever had that same issue when they visualize the story when they're reading a book. And typically if they're visualizing the story or they see the movie in their head, the mind doesn't wander. And the same thing happens with music. If they're hearing the symphony orchestra version of their piece of music in their head, they're not going to wander away from what they're attempting to do. So that's my quick tip.